When you hear the word negotiation, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably some tense standoff, right? A battle of wills. And for most of us, that's what it feels like. But what if we just flipped that on its head? What if we looked at negotiation not as a fight to be won, but as an architecture, something we can actually design from the ground up for a shared, lasting success?
And that's really the core question, isn't it? Is this whole thing a battle where someone has to lose and things can get pretty broken along the way? Or could it be something else? I mean, that confrontational zero-sum game, it so often just damages relationships and leaves a ton of potential value on the table. There's got to be a smarter way to do this.
Okay, so this slide just lays out the two paths perfectly. Over on the left, you've got that classic win-lose mindset. It's all about what I can get, which means it has to be at your expense. And you know what? The relationship itself often becomes collateral damage. But on the right, you have the win-win approach, and this is so different. It's not about fighting over a tiny pie, it's about working together to make a much, much bigger one. The goal here is mutual gain, and the relationship, it's not just preserved, it can actually get stronger.
So how do we actually construct one of these win-win agreements? Well, it's not magic and it's not luck. It really is architecture, and it's built on 4 core components, like 4 pillars that hold up the whole structure. And here they are: atmosphere, content, power dynamics, and process. You can think of these as the essential ingredients. If you can get these 4 elements right, you are well on your way to building an outcome where everybody involved feels like they've won. So let's break them down.
We're going to start with the first 2, and I like to think of these as the foundation and the blueprint for our entire negotiation structure: atmosphere and content.
First up, atmosphere. You know this feeling. It's the energy, the vibe in the room. Is it tense and adversarial, with everyone's arms crossed and their guard up? Or is it collaborative and respectful? That emotional climate is the absolute foundation for everything that follows. And a positive atmosphere doesn't just happen by accident. You have to build it on purpose.
So how do you build that atmosphere? Well, the key is empathy. And this quote right here is a total game changer. Empathy is not agreement, it's understanding. This is so important. It doesn't mean you have to agree with the other side on anything. Not at all. It just means you have to genuinely try to understand their perspective, what they need, the pressures they're under. That simple act of understanding is what builds the trust and respect you need to find a real solution together.
All right, so with that positive atmosphere as our foundation, now we can look at the blueprint, the content. This is the what of the negotiation, the nuts and bolts. We're talking about the specific terms, the numbers, the objectives, all the substance that we're actually working with. Okay, foundation and blueprint are in place. Now we need the tools and, well, the rule book to actually build this thing. That brings us to our next 2 components, power and process.
Now let's talk about power. It's always in the room, right? And the wrong way to use it is to just create a huge imbalance. But in a win-win approach, it's not about leveraging power over someone. It's about recognizing the influence and leverage each person has, and then working to balance the scales. This is what ensures fairness, and it leads to an agreement that's actually going to last.
And finally, we have process. You can think of this as the rules of the road. A good process just keeps the whole conversation on track. So first, you establish the ground rules together. Second, you commit to exploring a bunch of different options, not just digging your heels into one position. And third, you use all that exploration to build an agreement piece by piece together. This kind of structure is what keeps the discussion productive and focused on a real resolution.
So, we've used all 4 components: a positive atmosphere, clear content, balanced power, and a fair process. What does the finished structure even look like? What's the actual outcome when you build a negotiation this way?
This is the real payoff. This is what it's all about. A truly successful win-win negotiation doesn't just give you 1 victory. Nope, it delivers 2. It fundamentally changes what winning even means. And here they are. Victory number 1, you get the deal done. The business objectives, the tangible stuff, it's met. That's absolutely crucial. But victory number 2 is just as critical, maybe even more so for the long term. The relationship is preserved, or hey, maybe it's even stronger now. You get to walk away knowing you can work together again, creating long-term value that a scorched earth, win-lose approach just makes completely impossible.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. Think about a negotiation, or maybe just a difficult conversation in your own life. Something from the past or something you're dealing with now. What could change if you stopped seeing it as a battle and you started acting like an architect, carefully building a structure for a shared success?
What conversation could you rebuild?